I had been praying for a way out. And I never gave up on my faith. I just continued to pray that somehow I would be lifted out of this crazy situation. And I can remember I would sit in church by myself. And I would sit there for hours. And I would just pray that I would find an angel, or that I wouldn't kill myself. And it wasn't even that. I don't feel like I was suicidal, that I had the power to kill myself, but I would pray that I wouldn't wake up. I would pray that I would just die in my sleep. So I met Diane that night, and we hit it off, and we became friends. And I can remember one weekend that Father Tom rented a house in the Catskills, and he invited me to stay with him for a long weekend. It was a holiday weekend. And he invited my parents to come up for Saturday night to sleep over, and he was going to have Sunday Mass, like a Sunday sunrise Mass. So he invited my parents, he invited their best friends, he invited Diane. Diane was also seeing somebody at the time, because we were both leading almost these secret lives. And he invited this nun that he was very good friends with, Sister Martha. So we had probably 10 or 12 people in this house overnight. Finally, after Mass that Sunday, everybody had left the house. And Diane had left with the guy that she was seeing as well. At this point, Diane and I were also a couple. So we were in love with each other. She had a boyfriend who didn't know. I was being sexually abused by Father Tom. And all of this insanity was just taking place all at the same time. Everyone had left the house. It was about 5 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon, and we were in the kitchen of this rented house in the Catskills. And after everyone had left, Father Tom had pushed me up against the kitchen cabinets. And he started kissing me. And I can remember looking out the kitchen window, and Diane had, unbeknownst to me, had a feeling that something was wrong. So she told her boyfriend to stop the car, that she had forgotten her keys. And she ran up to the house, and she lifted herself up and looked into the kitchen window. And she saw him. She saw Father Tom kissing me up against the cabinets. And I saw her. And we just connected. And that was when Diane first found out. Clearly she had known that something was wrong. And then she ran back to her car and she left. And we never spoke about it. So clearly then it had triggered something in me. And I think that I would probably say that finally the love and the light had finally broken through all of the pain and the fear that I was living with. And that's when my life changed. And I was able to finally break down and tell Diane everything that was happening to me. And she clearly saved my life. She was the angel that I had prayed for.